everyone, it's Kim, and I was nominated to do the ALS Ice Challenge. I do accept. However, before we go outside and dunk me with ice water, I wanted to talk a little bit about what ALS is and why this awareness campaign is so important. Because it is an awareness campaign, and I feel if I just went outside and said, I accept the challenge, and dumped ice over my head, I wouldn't truly be doing my part in raising awareness for ALS. So really quick, I'm just going to kind of give you all a brief window. What is ALS? Many of you have been seeing this challenge floating around on your Facebook, and you've been seeing your friends do it. Maybe you've even been nominated, but how many of you have actually taken the time to research what ALS is and what this awareness campaign is really all about? My guess is probably not too many of you. Many of you are probably kind of irritated and you think, this awareness campaign isn't doing anything for anybody. I beg to differ. I believe this awareness campaign is huge. I think it's a wonderful thing, and it is raising a lot of money. As of today, donations pouring in have reached over $41 million. So that is wonderful news. So what is ALS? ALS is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. It's more commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease. What it is, it's a progressive neurodegenerative disease, and it causes your muscles to start getting kind of weak and atrophying, which eventually leads to complete paralysis, and ultimately it leads to respiratory failure, which results, of course, in death. It is a fatal disease. Once you are diagnosed, you typically have 2 to 5 years to live, although a very small percentage of people can outlive that 5-year range. But typically 2 to 5 years is standard once you are diagnosed. There is no cure for this disease. Once you're diagnosed, it is a death sentence. However, there is one medicine currently used for treatment on the market, riluzole, but it only extends the life of someone who is diagnosed with ALS by 2 to 3 months. Now, 2 to 3 months isn't a very long time, and when you're looking at a 2 to 5 year, death sentence here, hearing you may get an extra 2 to 3 months is a good thing, but we want to think even bigger. We want to go bigger. We want to give years, not just months. We want to be able to give years and years to these people who are suffering from ALS. Now, if you know someone who has ALS, or maybe it runs in your family, because yes, it is hereditary, you have seen firsthand the effects of ALS and what a devastating disease it is. I personally have known people who, have had ALS and passed away from ALS, and it's been hard. It's a horrible, horrible disease, and just watching somebody have to go through it is absolutely heartbreaking, and watching someone become trapped inside of their own body, basically. They can still think, they can still hear, they can still see, but they can't communicate, they can't move. They're like, they're a shell. Their soul is trapped inside of this now useless shell. So I believe it is super important to be working to find a cure or find a treatment that could possibly, help with ALS, with symptoms, with everything it entails. Now, where to donate? There is a couple places you can donate. ALSA.org is by far the most popular place that people are choosing to donate. However, if you look at their 2012 report, someone recently pulled it up and went through it, and there's a video on it. They only gave, I want to say 7%, I think it was, of their total profits, I guess, into actual research and into developing drugs and treatment for ALS. And a whopping 18%, which is more than double what went into research, went into fundraising and things like that. So that is by far the most popular place where people are donating. I, however, would like to offer you an alternative, als.net. It's the ALS Therapy Development Institute, and 87 cents out of $1 goes directly into research funding for therapy treatment and drugs to help combat the tragedy of ALS. So the ALS TDI, which you can find them at als.net, that's where my money for this is going. And I would highly recommend donating to them They're a wonderful organization founded by a family with ALS, specifically for patients with ALS. Wonderful community. I stand behind them all the way. Again, alsa.org is much more well known and much more popular, and if you feel more comfortable sending your money there, by all means do it. You know, help raise awareness. Send your money where you feel it would be best used. I, however, am a proponent for ALS.net, the ALS Therapy Development Institute. I am standing behind them, and I would definitely recommend them. I will link both alsa.org and als.net in the description box below. It is easy to find the donate button on both of their pages. You can kind of scroll through, read their mission statements, see what they're all about, and of course there are many, many other ALS organizations out there if you feel more comfortable donating to one of those. Now, as far as the challenge goes, a lot of you think, oh, if you dump the ice on your head, you don't have to donate. That is not the spirit behind this. The spirit is if you are nominated, you are supposed to donate regardless. But those who are willing to take on the Ice Bucket Challenge are saying, not only will I donate, but I will actively do my part to raise awareness for ALS. So regardless of getting dunked in ice or not, you should still be donating. Getting dunked in ice isn't just a cop-out. So I don't want to do my money, so I'll just raise awareness. You should be doing both. Why not do both? If you are more the person that prefers to just quietly donate your money and go on your way, that's fine. But in order to make this a big deal and get as much funding and awareness for ALS as possible, it is best for all of us to make a big hoopla and dunk ourselves in ice, or even just make videos about why ALS funding and research is so important in our community and just in our world today. Because it is something that affects a lot of people, and it is something I am passionate about because, as I said, I've known people who have suffered from ALS and passed away from ALS, you know, very close to my family, you know, and so important. So that's just a little bit about ALS and why this awareness challenge is important. So now is the fun part where you guys get to watch me get drenched in ice. So let's go on outside and we'll do that. That's a lot of ice. Whew. Oh boy, okay. Hey, it's Kim, of course, and I am accepting the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. I was nominated by my friend Christina, and I'm supposed to now nominate 3 people. However, I feel like nominating only 3 would be kind of silly. So if you've been waiting for somebody to nominate you, this is your chance. I am officially nominating you. If you want to get involved and you want to do something awesome and help raise awareness for ALS, this is your time. So go do it. Here we go. Ready? Set. Whoa! Oh, my glasses fogged.
Mommy!
What did Mommy do?
You sprayed water all over you.
I sprayed water all over me.
Can you put the water on the ground?
Yes, I did.